I have notes in here that are just like about Kara. And it's like believe this was when we were first reading the like information about us. And it says believed it was someone close to her or something. And then I wrote hashtag in bold.
Hashtag me.
Perfect. Oh. I was like,
Ma'am?
I was about to say, damn, this was short.
Okay, well,
This is a good run.
your best. Right.
I have concept. I've been thinking about it.
Yes, I am in my car. No, there is no way around it. Yes, I am in the middle of nowhere playing a horror campaign.
Yeah, this sounds terrifying, Lizzie.
Oh god, don't say that! There's a lake in front of me!
It's the quarry.
Shut up! Listen, okay, I'm white, but I'm not that white.
Hello.
You know, I hate everything.
Oh.
Okay, I'm gonna go through all of that in fucking quick succession again. Because OBS did the thing it does where it doesn't recognize my Yeti immediately as my microphone.
Oh, no.
So they just heard all of you and none of me. So,
Ha.
luckily I fixed that before we started doing the episode, and no one
Glad
could
you
hear the
caught
Dungeon
that.
Master. That would have been such a pain in my ass. I'm a professional streamer. The quick announcements here are we are going to be moving to our own Twitch and YouTube channel, Campfire Stories DND. If you want to see any future episodes of this, it is not going to be on my channel. It is not going to be on my Twitch. You guys are going to have to go to Campfire Stories DND. Tell your friends, fucking have a ball. The second is that I'm looking for an artist for a logo and a banner, although Alexa apparently has an idea, and I'm super excited for that.
I have a couple.
But that is it. You can hear me. You can hear my friends. You can hear the ambient dark music in the back. And you can see all of us, and it looks so much clearer now. So, thank God for that. So, please join us by the firelight as we tell our story. The rules of death apply to all of us. Whether they show up when they are meant to, or show up abruptly, everyone follows the rules. No exceptions. Sade. You look up through this deep, cavernous pit that you are in. You see a night sky that looks normal. As normal as a night sky as you've seen since your journey through the Nine Hells. The woman looks down upon you, looks upon you with a mixture of rage and confusion and sorrow. And you recognize her immediately. Don't have a lot of memories of her, but looking through the books that told your story better than you ever could, you know who's looking down upon you. She looks at you and she says, "It's you and me and 5 questions." She begins to pace on the outside. She goes, "You think this be easy? I have so many things I need to know." "Oh, but you gotta be specific. You see, when it comes to magic, you have to be specific. Because I'm not gonna get a chance like this again." So let's start with the most recent. What did you do to me in your afterlife? You feel a kind of weight on your chest lift up as if you are finally given the chance to speak. Now you feel this, although you don't exactly know where this is coming from, but it's almost rooted in your mind that you cannot speak a lie. If you don't have the information that she's asking, you can say that, but even half-truths are not a thing. It's like you are forced to either tell the truth or say nothing at all.
This kind of almost dazed confusion and realizing not necessarily what's happened, but who this is, kind of comes over her, and she just kind of speechless for a second, and then, "I don't know how I got there. I don't know why you were there, or who, what that is, that I didn't even know that was you. Don't know why you're in my after, or how I got there, but I guess I apologized, felt sorry without knowing all of everything that happened.
And with that, you feel that weight press back on your chest as you are unable to speak. And she looks at you, head tilting, almost dog-like in her confusion, as she is fully aware of how her spell works. She knows that you can't lie. You don't know. And she's careful to phrase that as a statement and not as a question. You don't know. Okay? You apologized to the other me. That makes no sense. You were never apologetic for what you did. You were never apologetic for letting them die. If you were, you would have said it. You would have come back and you would have owned up. We could have gotten you help. We could have been there for you. No one blames you for wanting to live, but the way that you did it. And I had to find out through other people. I had to press you through magic. And I had to gain that magic, Sade. One way or another. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how I gained that magic. I have it now. I have it now and he can't find me. Why did you do it? Why did you run? And once again, you feel that weight lift off.
I didn't want to hurt anyone. I didn't mean for my friends to die, for your sister to die. I just... it was survival instinct, maybe. I just was scared, and it was the first thing that came to mind. I was trying my best to save myself. I couldn't save everyone I got. And that meant hurting others in the process.
That weight comes back down and is almost lifted immediately back up because she retaliates back. She yells into the night, "But then why did you lie?"
I couldn't handle having everyone look at me the way that you're looking at me right now. But I felt guilt. I still feel guilt and shame. But I couldn't tell your parents that I killed their daughter. I couldn't tell you that I killed your sister. But when everyone started treating me like the hero, hell of a lot worse. Guilt.
Lies beget lies. Beget lies. I'm looking at you the way I do because I learned it from other people. Can you not hear me?
Yeah, speak up just a little.
Okay, sorry. I look at you the way I do because I heard it from other people. I don't know if you know what's going on right now, but I am looking at a skeleton. Skeleton of the woman I used to think of as my second big sister. So I guess you must be running around down there, getting yourself in all sorts of shit. Are you different?
I don't know who I was before I was here. I don't know how you became who you are today. The you that I remember was a little kid that I was worried about. So am I different? I don't know. Imagine me, but back when you were a child and now running around in the nine hells. So, yes, I guess I'm different from what you remember me as. But I'm worried about you. Still.
Do you feel that weight hit you again? You really don't know. You really don't remember. When I was a child, we were living together after what had happened. Say that was
Lost my head.
that was almost 15 years ago. I knew something was up, and I gave myself to studying magic, but I was never good at it. I it couldn't keep my attention. I just don't. I'm not the book smarts. Okay, I'm not. I'm not my sister. I never was. And someone told me that it could help me. And I just had to live up to... And you hear her cut off by a second voice, much higher pitched, that says, "Mom?" And she... "Ithilla, you're not supposed to be awake. You're not supposed to be awake. Head back to the tent, dear. I'll be back soon." And you can see what looks to be about a 4 or 5-year-old girl peek her head over. Very similar features to Kara. Similar features to what they used to have. Similar features to what they currently have. But her skin is a little darker, and her eye color is quite different. It is this bright gold. And Kara goes, "Sweetie, you..." And she goes, "Who are you talking to, Mom?" You do not feel the weight off your chest, as this child has not cast the spell.
Mhm.
He looks down. "Is that a skeleton?" "Yes, sweetie. You know that Mom has done this before when we need to get information. And so, Mom's just on a late night scouting mission, okay?" I was, "Yeah, okay. I think Mom's gonna get up soon if you're not by, so you might... You know she's a restless sleeper." She goes, I know. You head back, okay? You need to be within 10 feet of the beacon at all times, okay? She goes, "Okay, I'm sorry." She goes, "Don't be sorry. You're curious. It's okay. Just want to keep you safe." "Okay." She gets up and fades from view. It's about solid 5 minutes, actually, of just her pacing around before Kara, kind of hanging her feet over the edge of where you're buried, hops into the grave with you. Sits down, kind of cross-legged, and just begins to weep. If I don't ask you that 5th question, you don't go away. And it can be... You just stay here. You stay here with me, and that's it, right? And we can just pretend like this doesn't happen. Why can't it just be the way it used to be?" And unbeknownst to her, the weight lifts off your chest for the last time. What are the last words you say to her before the spell ends?
because I hurt you. I, I hurt your sister, my best friend. And I am sorry. And I wish I could be here forever and stay like this because you're my family.
As you say that, about halfway through your sentence, her eyes go wide. She looks up at you, realizes that in her emotional state she has asked you a question. She goes, no, 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 and you find your vision fade. You fade back into your sleep. It goes as well as it could. Ellie, you are the first to wake up of your companions, as you currently only need 4 hours of sleep. Go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Buggy. I spent that time reading books.
Yep. You go, you take a big stack of books, and you just kind of bring it back to your sleeping area. Careful not to wake anybody.
18.
18.
I'm no Caitlin.
Look, I have to try not to start sobbing right now, okay? I'm sorry.
I feel you just sent me that fucking paragraph
reading.
to watch this.
18. 18 is good. So, couple things that you actually notice. When you first get up, you kind of look around at your companions. Careful not to wake them up as you're kind of walking around and grabbing books and bringing them back. Each of them kind of has their own way of sleeping, I guess. And some of them are more overt than others. The first thing that immediately strikes your head is that Sade's body has gone completely limp. She's not like a huge mover, but she is just full on not moving.
I like to imagine this is just how she sleeps.
Yeah, Ellie doesn't know.
I would say with an 18 perception, you clock this as odd. Maybe it's just a thing that happens, but like, you know, in the couple of rests that you guys have had together, she's never been this still. And you do check, and obviously, like, her heart is still beating, there's still, like, a pulse. But it almost seems like she's sleeping like the dead.
I was about to make that joke.
I beat all of you to it.
The second thing you notice... Oh, so okay, go ahead.
Caitlin,
I
I'm
was just like, I
disowning
think-
you.
Ellie
You're no
wouldn't
longer
do
friends.
anything about it, but she would just kind of clock it.
Make a mental note. Fair enough.
Yeah.
The second thing that you notice, and this is around the time that, like, your companions would start to be getting up, is you see rustling in between the bookshelves. And this scamper of what sounds like feet.
Can I tell how heavy the footsteps seem?
Oh, incredibly light.
I think she would go to investigate at a distance.
So, you
Not to like go and stop this person, but go and see them. If that makes sense.
Yeah, 100%. Are you trying to be stealthy about this?
Yes.
Then go ahead and roll me a stealth check.
18.
18 stealth. Not bad. They are going to see if they notice you. Oh. I realize that I need the Discord up in order to be showing your things. Otherwise, it's just black squares. You hear... Been a while. Been a while since I could go through these. Just... Oh, where is it? Where is it? Where did I hide it? And you just see, like, books
What was that?
fly out.
Been a while?
Been a while since I could be here.
Oh, been a while.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was saying his fucking name. And I just wasn't hearing it. What? Okay.
Then he's saying,
But he's
where's
looking
the
for
hide
something.
it? And then stops. And you just see, like, the very quick thing dart between bookshelves and is going to attempt to hide from you.
I'm gonna kind of chase after it. Whilst
Okay.
just kind of like, as I'm running, just like banging my fist against the shelves to try and wake people up.
Go ahead and give me either perception or investigation.
Perception. Wait, no, investigation.
Investigation?
$19.
19. With a 23,
Ah!
you absolutely cannot find this thing. What you do find is a fucking mess everywhere. And you kind of just, like, trip over a book and, like, a stack of books and writing equipment, and then you're like, oh, fuck, where did... And it is at this point that the rest of you come to. You are hearing absolute banging and whirring and expletives being shout.
I
Oh, what
assume
the fuck
I'm
is
still
going
past
on?
the fuck out.
What are you doing?
No, at this point, Sade, you would come to as well.
Oh, cool.
Did I get a good look at him? Like, could I tell if, like, say, if it was a little gremlin, a little halfling, a little gnome?
It saw you before you were able to see it clearly.
Hey, we have a visitor, I guess? I don't know. He saw me and he ran and hid.
Is it trying to kill us?
I don't know. He's looking for something. But
If
he
it's not
hid.
actively trying to kill us, then I don't give a fuck.
I
All
think
right.
this is a public library.
When the hell did we get back to the library?
Oh shit. You're awake. Good.
Oh, everything kind of fucking hurts right now.
You
Oh,
missed a lot.
shit.
Little man. Can you please come out?
Give me a,
Give
perce-
me-
give
what
me,
the
give me a
fuck are you on
persuasion
about?
check. Give me a persuasion check there, Ellie.
It's just whatever's on the die.
Yeah.
You just got a bunch of grumpy people waking up. Or at least two very grumpy people. I don't know about everyone.
9.
Sade's not making it obvious she's up yet. She's kind of just half sobbing in her.
Ellie, are you sure you didn't dream it?
I didn't go to sleep.
Why the fuck haven't you gone to sleep?
I've been reading.
What the fuck? Out of all the people that I could have gotten stuck in the fucking afterlife with.
I don't. Is anybody else a bit more charismatic? This little man won't come out.
Oh, sure.
Surprise.
I'll give it a shot.
Little man, the imaginary person. We won't hurt you.
Alright, look, if you're a freak of nature, we'll get along. Just come out.
Yeah, like you took a look at me. I have no strength. I can't
Lorelai,
do anything.
Yep, you might as well fucking show yourself.
Lorelai and Sybil, you can either make persuasion checks individually, or one can give advantage to the other.
I do have a +5 charisma.
I will give you advantage, because...
So persuasion,
Yes.
I'm not proficient in that, surprisingly.
There's a reason that Lorelai is the asshole in the group of assholes.
Natural 19 on the first roll,
Okay.
and a 5 on the second one. So 24.
We're gonna go with the 24. You promise not to hurt Etak?
Yeah, we promise.
Oh, he's
Uh,
like break all the things I just said if he talks like that.
Peeking
Just
kind of
going.
over top of a bookshelf on the floor that you guys are on, you can see this tiny, like super tiny, red-skinned, devil thing, with these little kind of tiny jagged wings, kind of peek over the side.
What the fuck are you?
Are you an imp?
Yes, Etak is an imp.
Oh,
What was that name? I'm sorry. Say that without the
Etalk?
voice.
Etak, Itak.
Attack!
Etak is not knows for people to be in here. There's were scaries in here.
Well, this is our house now.
Oh, well, then Etak will take what he stashes away, and then we'll be leaving.
What do you have in here?
Mostly food and shiny things.
Shiny things.
Yes. Like water. Water can be shiny when the lights hits it.
Are you fucking bullshitting
Don't-
me?
Leave you, Etalk.
Can I just like pick him up?
You would have to climb to the top of a bookcase.
I will climb to the top of the bookcase and get like face to face with him.
Go ahead and give me an athletics check.
Okay. Uh, 21.
Oh yeah, just out of pure annoyance and spite, you're just like climbing this thing, and you are like face to face, and you can see that this thing is like roughly the size of like my chalky milk bottle here. This thing is fucking tiny. And he just and he flies back just like a couple feet. He talking like his happy gemstones.
Gemstone.
He takes his gemstones from the mines. When peoples go in there looking for the shinies, and some comes out, and I takes this from the bags.
Ah.
I never takes this a lot, just enough to.
Well, I don't
make
care
them all
about you
shiny.
stealing them.
Oh. Okay.
I want
So
you to steal some from me.
you didn't actually have food and water?
Well, no. I do have food. Yes.
You ever heard of paying rent?
No. Herds is concept, yes, but no. what's his rent?
You stay here with us. We keep the bad scaries out. And, you give us something in return to stay here.
Oh, rent is costs is to not be homeless.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
Technically, Etox is here's first.
Are you gonna take it from us?
I'm gonna like lean a little closer.
You say that,
Get
Arlo,
a little
and,
bit further up on the bookshelf.
and he looks over at you, clearly like swole as fuck, and having been through some shit. Okay, admittedly, it's not my brightest idea.
That's what I thought.
Okay, so uses like gemstones
And food.
and food. Okay, whoa, how much is uses eat?
Probably more than you can carry.
So gemstones.
Gemstones, I can't.
Gemstones.
Okay,
Yeah.
I need this to find stash. One moment, and flies off, and once again you can see like books being thrown, and he like heads up to the second floor. What's it up this here?
I'm just gonna perch myself like on top of the bookshelf. I'm just sitting up there now.
His rolls have been decently good, actually.
Well,
If
he's
he's
away.
If he's not paying rent and food, I'm going back to sleep.
Well,
I crawl back
well,
up in
he's-
the wall.
Wake up!
Fine.
If I have to be up, so do you.
What the fuck is going on over there?
We
There's-
found a thing. It's a little red guy.
A little red guy. Yeah.
An imp.
Okay, not the weirdest things I guess we've run into. Alright.
They're pretty fucking weird if you
Seen
ask
them
me.
before.
She looks exhausted.
I'm just gonna look at Arlo from the top of the bookshelf and just kind of be like,
Kira, can I
"That's
take
probably the
exhaustion?
weirdest thing you've seen."
You want so, in terms of roleplay, you believe that she was probably exhausted.
Yeah.
Sure. Go ahead and take a point of exhaustion.
Thanks.
Yeah, you can very much tell from Sade's face that her sleep was either incredibly bad, like the worst you guys have seen, or non-existent. Like
Don't
Ellie,
tell me there was two of you that didn't sleep.
Ellie, who claims they didn't rest, looks more rested.
I kind of slept.
Found it! Found it, found it, found it, found it. It kind of looks through the railings. Second floor, please.
I go up to the second floor.
I will
Can I climb to the
begrudgingly
second floor
follow.
from the bookshelf that I'm on, or do I have to get down?
This is just our personal
You
jump.
could try. You could try to hardcore parkour it up there.
Hardcore parkour.
Go ahead and give me athletics or acrobatics.
I'm just gonna take the stairs.
Me too.
I'm joining in on the stairs.
Load, please. 24.
24. Holy shit. Yeah, you just like fully Assassin's Creed. Between like bookshelves and footholds and everywhere that you can find, and you're up there before the rest of them. Followed very quickly by Ellie, and then the rest of everyone who had a shitty rest and would rather be sleeping. He goes, okay, I found this it. We have in here, some nuts. Nuts as don't goes bad. I had apples in here once. They goes bad. Also, this is very bitter. And in here, how much is this costs us?
Does rent
I'm gonna
go
look
up?
at everybody else.
How many of those gems can you usually get? Your happy gemstones.
I guess is 2 per bag before I plays it safe, because if I get greedy, I could die.
How
How
often
many-
are you taking these gems?
Yeah.
As often as his people go in mines, but not a lot of people makes it out of mines, so once, twice per week.
I would say when you get 2 gems, we get 1 of them.
Okay.
So each bag, we get 1.
Okay. So, you see him like run into this hole in one of the banisters, and you can actually hear like him slide or like shimmying up something, and it sounds like he's moving further up the banister. And he comes back down, and he has a very small bag with about 4 gems in them at the moment. It looks like 2 like rubies, 2 emeralds, very small size. This is work for now?
Oh yeah?
Okay. Use as good landlords. And use
Alright, that was
Didn't know what
2
rent was.
rubies.
I didn't think that was gonna actually become anything. I was just
This is
Alright,
shit.
it was 2 rubies and what else?
2
2 emeralds.
2 emeralds. And they were all small?
Yeah, they're about like palm size.
Ma'am, that's not small.
Like center of the palm. Like not your entire palm. But I mean, like, have you ever held like
Oh, yeah.
a particularly
about-
big sunflower seed?
I was gonna say about the size of a quarter.
About that, yes. Uncut, obviously. But they're
Smaller
there.
than that.
smaller. Okay. Cookie.
So, uses charge for rent. Uses must be rolling in the gold. Uses.
Not really.
Not
Not-
yet.
Not
We're
really.
we're new landlords.
Oh. Users want me to find other people?
Are they
Other imps?
Are they imps or are they normal people?
Well, there's this towns nearby have lots of mind flare.
I don't think we want the mind flayer in here, but thank you.
Okay. Next town over, sometimes isn't travels. So, looks like it's me's and uses.
Fine.
It is
What
at this
do you-
point that you guys also remember that you have, at some point today, to tell the booker what option of reward you're taking.
Oh,
Oh
right.
shit.
Oh yeah, it was either the money or a favor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
E-talk,
Oh yes.
is it possible for you to give me and my companions here a bit of privacy? We have to have a little meeting.
Oh, takes as much time as you want. I will go and celebrate not being dead. And just goes in and up his little shimmy pole back to whatever little hovel that he's created.
I didn't think imps could die, if I'm being so honest right now.
Don't
Like-
think they can.
I don't
Everything
think
can
they
die.
Anything can die if you try hard enough.
No, but I've worked with imps in the past, and they die, and you just summon them back.
Well, that's
guess-
on the mortal plane. Here is their home.
That's fucked.
But maybe they can probably still feel death.
That's
What the fuck does that
worse.
mean?
What do you mean? What the fuck does that mean?
That's fucking morbid.
Our whole fucking situation is morbid.
We just so happen to be in the hells if no one noticed.
Well, if we
Oh,
didn't
really?
feel how
Thanks.
we
That's
died.
great information.
All
I
right,
hadn't
all
noticed
right,
that
all right,
before.
all right. How about we head back down to the couches? We have to have a conversation.
All right.
I want to slide down the banister.
I'll just use your 24 as part of that. Like, you're just... At this point, you're very much kind of getting used to the layout of this place.
It is a playground.
It is a playground.
You feel like you could probably clear, like, from one end of this place to the other in, like, seconds.
There's a person walking. Hold up, what the shit?
I saw the truck.
There's no one there.
Oh.
There's no one around you. Who the fuck? Lizzie, is it a mic?
Shut
I
the
will
fuck
also-
up.
I will also add that Sybil has not sat in a normal chair the entire time, so even though you're like, let's go down to the couches, she sits on the floor.
Floor people, yeah.
Yeah, you fully cop a squat, center the room, like you're about to hear
Oh.
a teacher read a story.
Yeah.
Okay. It was a person. They're down on the. Okay.
Yeah, just don't pay attention to the body bag they're dragging. Oh.
Shut the fuck up, Kira. No, they're supposed to be Northern Lights tonight, so I think they're trying to go. see them.
Oh, what? That's so cool.
Oh, that's metal as fuck.
Oh, I need to go down there so
Okay,
bad.
So, you guys find yourselves in your makeshift living room, bedroom, couches situation.
We've got a studio suite.
It's
Yeah.
very college studio suite, but like also fucking massive.
So
this is a choice for sure.
we're definitely dead, by the way, in case that was even a question. For anyone.
Care to explain what you mean? We already knew we were dead.
Are you just now figuring that out, or?
Kara talked last night.
Oh shit.
How?
A spell, I guess. And I looked down and my arms were no skin or flesh,
You're dead.
I guess.
Sounds like it.
Is that a spell?
Can I ask you questions?
Yeah. And I couldn't ask any of mine. I have so many.
Did you by chance learn how long you've been dead?
Kind of. It's been 15 years, but I don't remember dying. So
Has it been 15 years since you saw Kara or since you died?
it's been 15 years since they were, right? It's been 15 years since they were a kid.
Yes.
Yeah. 15 years since I was living with them for a while. So I don't know how long I've been dead for, if they killed me early on or what, or if I lived a life and am just now was killed sooner than that.
Sybil immediately gets up and just starts pacing circles around the group.
So, we were supposed to have a conversation, and I know it wasn't about that.
No, it was a. Sorry, I was just watching the man in the with the flashlight. No, it was. We have to figure out. Are we gonna take the Booker's money, or are we gonna take that he owes us a favor? I feel like the favor would be beneficial in the long run. However, right now we could use the money.
I am still very concerned that he has a map to Kara's parents.
I don't think there's a way for us to get that back.
He would have gotten that either way.
I suppose.
The only thing we could really do to rectify that situation is long haul go after her too. Go after them too.
Call in the favor.
Yeah. But
Unfortunately, you can't outcon a devil. Or demon, or whatever the fuck he is.
yeah.
Unless our favor is that he doesn't pursue them.
But do you really think he'd agree to that? He said within reason. To him, that'd be unreasonable.
It wouldn't make
worth it if it's this important to say. Just to
But
try.
he said within reason. Is it really going to be reasonable to him?
Not to me, but we could try for Sade.
I don't see it being an option. That's his one goal right now. Do you really think that he would do it just as a favor? If it was more of a contract situation, I suppose it could work.
What might be more within reason would be potentially asking him if the people that he were to send after their parents were us. Not necessarily stopping him, but having us be the ones to be there.
I don't want to be a gopher for him.
We have two outcomes with that, in my opinion. And either we're the ones that possibly kills Kara's parents, or we fuck up again and have no other shots with him. He's at least someone powerful that we have a connection with in the Nine Hells. I'm not saying trust him, but we could use him for as long as we can.
Right.
And if we went on this mission on his behalf and turned around and backstabbed him, he'd probably come after us next.
Yeah, we'd be next on his hit list.
Did he really say it was a hit list? He just wanted what he was promised.
I suppose. But then we would be on a hit list, per se. I would say.
I don't think we should have the Booker as an enemy.
Yeah.
No. I don't think we should cut ties with him either.
No.
But I don't think that we should agree to constantly be his gopher.
Well, right now it's up to us to take the jobs. He pretty much said we weren't very trustworthy. And that he wasn't going to call on us in the future. Unless one of us were to make a deal with him.
I will say that you also know that he occasionally puts up these things on the notice board. And you know his symbol now. So you could always look for his symbol on future notice boards and decide to prioritize those if you would like to. But that's a lot of ifs coming together.
Yeah.
Well, to start, I think that we should take a favor.
I vote for the favor.
I also vote for the favor.
Sure, we've got rent coming in now, so
Favor it is then.
I find this little imp adorable.
I would die for him.
Lorelai's about ready to drop kick him, but I love him so much.
He's adorable. He's just cutie.
My favorite NPC now.
It's funny. I give you guys basically a little mini golem. You love the shit out of him. I give you guys a, like...
You gave us Silva.
I also
We
gave you
love him.
guys the autistic, non-binary fucking legend that was Tajora. Which nobody from the stream or anything or VODs are gonna know who that is, but it's an NPC that they basically just fully latched onto.
Oh yeah.
You gave us Caleb.
I did give you guys Caleb.
We were all ready to die for Caleb.
I did everything I could to keep that man alive.
You did, and you're probably the only reason he was alive.
Bro, he would have died so many times.
Just to let you guys know, dragon beholders exist, and they're fun.
Shut the fuck up! I have PTSD. I'm kidding. I love you.
So,
great campaign.
What do you guys do?
Bring up my hair right now.
I will start scratching the symbol somewhere.
Alright. You have pretty much like an indent in one of the walls that you can just continuously retrace at this point.
That's fair.
And you sketch the symbol. For a second, nothing happens.
Well, we tried.
Shucks, guess he's just not fucking...
That's unfortunate. Oh well.
And after about 15
They'll
seconds,
show up eventually.
The wall begins to open, creating
I told you.
the portal by which a figure is able to step out from it. However, the figure that steps out from this portal is not the Booker.
Oh, yeah, he sent a lackey.
The figure that steps out is about maybe just a little bit shorter than the Booker, at about 6'2". Very tall, very slender, feminine figure. That walks out adorned fully in like purple and aquamarine leather.
Bam!
I'm listening.
Her horns start at like the base front of her head and kind of curl back, pierced with a bunch of these kind of gold hoop earrings. On both sides of both sides of her hips, you can see two very distinctly different looking whips. And she kind of steps out, curled bat-like wings behind her, seems to be in like a dormant state, as she kind of steps out. And for the record, whole like suit made out of leather, V-neck right down, a lot of side boobage going on here. She goes, "You must be the ones the master was talking about. I believe we have much to discuss. Sit.
Yes, we do have much.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm sitting immediately.
You can see she looks directly over at you, Sybil, and goes, "Oh, lovely, you know how this works. I love the ones that are obedient right off the bat."
Ellie was sitting and just remains sitting.
For the first time ever, Sybil is fully blushing.
Arlo, what is your immediate responses?
Just like straight confusion and like jaw drop at a moment, and I'm gonna pause and just stare at her, and then slowly go sit down without a word.
She does not take a seat, and simply kind of stands at the front of the room, looking at all of you. So, have you made your minds up?
Yeah, we've decided to take the favor.
Very good. Very good. Gold can be found in many, many different places, but a favor, especially from the master, now that's priceless. It's not priceless. It does have a price. I do have to just verify with that. It does have a 500 gold ceiling. However, could be information, could be a spell, could be anything that you wish. The imagination. Please, feel free to let it run wild.
Someone put a Booker favor in our inventory.
I have it written down.
Great.
Yeah, and she, you can see her just kind of snap her fingers, and a leather-bound book appears in her hand, a very ornate quill, and she just kind of goes, I will also be making a note for it as the Master's Secretary. He is... Normally he would be, of course, seeing you all in person. However, the information you've given him is quite useful. And as well, he seems to have found a lead. One of the ones he was tracking seems to have been away from non-detection for a bit.
Leads to what?
Away from non-detection. You see, there are magical ways of not being detected by someone, but mortals slip up all the time. And all it takes is for one little slip. And we've got our woman.
Thade isn't showing any emotion and is keeping really effing composed.
Go ahead and give me a deception check.
I actually just rolled it for myself and I got a natural 20.
Very good.
And so I was like, because if it was anything lower, I would be like, you give me a hint and stuff. I was like, oh, I guess you got nothing.
Let me take a look at her, what her stats would be. Okay.
I can see if there's a +1 or, hold on, let's see. I think she's
that went away.
proficient in it. No, she's not. It would be a 22.
She does not pay you any mind. If anybody else here wants to see if they want to roll insight, if any of you think any of your eyes are not directly drawn to
I think everyone's distracted right now.
No, I think we're all a little
preoccupied. Oh, look. I see nothing with a 5.
Yeah, you're also preoccupied.
I'm mainly just like, how does somebody fit into this outfit?
There you go.
You're leather.
Do you have something we can call you by? Because we have the Booker. Is it like the Booker's secretary, or do you have a different moniker?
She walks directly up to you. And
Looking up, pretty unfazed.
she lays a hand down, like such, and says, "You may call me the Magistra. However,
Take her
my
hand
friends,
and I do a little bow. Charmed.
my friends may know me as Santosa Blackthorn.
And are we friends or business partners?
you would be business partners with the Master. Of course, if you wanted to be business partners with me, I could give you my card.
I can't make any promises.
Never make any promises. Not unless you can fulfill. And she will kind of manifest what looks to be a small business card. And she'll hand that to you.
Does it also have a cool symbol?
It does have an actual cool symbol. It has what looks like a forked tail on it from like it actually, as you're kind of checking this woman out, as I assume some of you are, very much similar tail that she has.
For no reason at all. Does she also have a forked tongue?
Am I close enough? Am I close enough to be able to tell?
Both of you go ahead and give me perception checks.
Cool.
Because Lorelei is close enough and Sybil is curious enough.
No reason at all. Not asking for any particular reason.
Uh-huh.
Since I'm close, do I get advantage?
No, you get an opportunity.
That's an unnatural 20.
Okay?
Perception?
Yep.
That's a nat 19, so 24.
Yeah, her tongue is forked and pierced. Both sides.
What would you classify your business as?
Oh. What was it that the man said when he tried to give it this very, this very fancy meaning? I believe he called it a pleasure den. I run a brothel, sweetheart.
Could I also get a business card?
She kind of looks over at you, Arlo, and sees, like, the muscles. Why, you most certainly can. And just kind of flicks her fingers, and in the center is a business card for you as well. This business card is for the tail end.
It's called the tail end.
It is called the tail end.
Kira.
You can see that it is a bar and brothel in, and the location says the Iron City. She goes, now for you guys to be able to get to my place of business, now that's going to be quite the journey in and of itself. You'd have to go one more down. But if you're strong enough, resilient enough, and talented enough, perhaps I'll see you there.
I'm just gonna be like silently flexing now.
Give me a performance check.
Oh hell yeah!
Well, that's happening.
Oh my god!
Could you also tell us what the hell we're in right now? Our
Brambles.
location?
Yeah,
but like
the Brambles
what
specifically. Level? I'm guessing you're asking for the layer.
Yeah.
You are in Avernus, sweetheart. You're in the first layer. Anything higher than that, and you all would have been dead.
Dirty
We
20.
are dead.
Deader.
Deader.
You said dirty 20?
Yeah.
She takes notice. And
I'm gonna tuck the business card like into the inside of my shirt.
Yep. And you see that it's not her taking notice as if like she's like attracted to you or anything. She, like, if this were a Hanna-Barbera cartoon, she would see dollar signs.
Yeah.
Oh,
And she goes, huh. Can you follow orders, young one?
depends
He
on the
can't.
orders and depends on
can't.
who's giving them.
No, he's had like 5 concussions in the last 2 days.
I don't need them to be smart.
Yeah, that's fair. You just need him to be pretty.
In that case, I'm just kidding.
And she goes, come with me for a second.
Of course.
She walks over to kind of one of the bookcases, steps a couple feet away from it, a little bit closer, then a little bit farther away. You can tell she's doing kind of like some calculations in her mind. And she goes, stay here.
Aye.
I'm gonna slide up next to Sybil. Is he getting scouted?
I think so.
You can see her walk kind of over to the bookcase itself, kind of walks a little bit on the other side, moves the whip out of the way of her hip, and
Oh shit.
hip checks the bookcase. I'm gonna need an athletics. I'm gonna need actually a strength saving throw from.
Ooh.
Catch that shit.
Natural 19 plus 7, 26.
Woo!
This bookcase goes to fall on you, and you just catch it.
She can knock a bookcase on me any day. What?
And she would, for the right price. And she looks over at you as you just easily fucking lift this thing back into position, and she goes, "Oh, very interesting. I hope
Are we
you guys-"
impressed yet?
What did you say?
Are we impressed yet?
Quite, actually. Now, if you make it to the second layer of hell, I'll be even more impressed. Find me in the Iron City of D's.
I'll see you there.
I'll see you there. You can see that she opens the wall and for a second stops, grabs the right hand side whip from her side, and she goes, now, it's rude to stare, so sit. And you hear a whip crack right above her, and hear a yelp. It doesn't sound like a yelp of damage. Doesn't sound like any sort of pain. But you see flying to the ground and immediately hitting like a bowed position is Etok. And she goes, keep your familiars in check. And walks through the door, the wall closes behind her. It takes... How long does the command spell last? It's instantaneous, right? I believe it's suggestion that lasts for 8 hours.
Yeah, I think command is just for like a minute or something, or
Yeah.
just like that one action.
I think, yeah, because I think it's their next turn, technically.
Yeah.
They have to make the action. So as soon as she walks through, he's just kind of like gets up. He's like very embarrassed. And he just kind of looks over at the rest of you and is like, well, can you blames me?
There is a line of drool that connects to the floor from Sybil's mouth right now.
Sybil, fix your face.
I just imagine like
Yeah, that's it. Like, push the bangs out of the way and everything. I had to see this clearly.
Just go up and like close your mouth for you.
Thanks.
You just kind of like do like the just reach up.
Yep. Just,
I think I just got a job offer.
I think you
I
did.
think you did
and
too.
Yeah, I think you did.
I think we might need gold, like now, and to get to the Iron City.
One thing at a time.
Oh,
That seems like the most enjoyable thing I have seen since dying.
Yuz is looking for gold?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What do Yuz wants to buy with gold?
Food, weapons.
Various things.
Weapons. Armor?
Yes.
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 Yuz wants to be powerful and defensive.
Preferably, yeah.
Yuz needs to go to the armory.
Well, that would be great if we had the gold to pay for the armory.
Oh. Yuz needs to go to... what did I call it here? Yuz needs to go to Strike Guy City. Is where Ice came from.
Is that far from here?
Is... Wait. Uses no fly.
No.
Sadly, no.
So Uses has to go through the forest. Oh no.
What was the city name?
Streitgeist City.
I'm also gonna need,
Beautiful hot person.
magistrate. I'm gonna need her name again.
Oh,
Sentosa Blackthorn.
yes, otherwise known as the Magistra. Which is essentially Hell's way of saying mistress.
Nice.
Okay. Uses has horses?
No. No, we don't.
No.
Uses go on foot. Okay. If Uses can get horses and a cart, Ice can show you where it is.
What are you showing us?
I shows you where the city is.
Yeah,
I takes you there.
So we can earn some money and not be walking targets.
Right, yes. The gemses get you transportation. You goes to big city. And in there, yous make dreams happen. Or as you die trying.
Do I believe that this little man has good intent?
I fully believe that he does.
Go ahead and give me
100%.
an insight
sold.
check.
Danica believes he does. But does
I don't
he?
believe him for shit.
And he will make either deception or persuasion. But I won't tell
Since
you.
Lorelai is suspicious as fuck, can I also make one?
Yes, you may.
22.
Okay.
Oh, I believe him. I don't want to talk about it.
You have no idea how to read a tiny devil's tiny face. So it's very possible this guy could be leading you into the woods to die. But also, he's the only person who's kind of offered to help you so far, and the only person who would know the area. So you're torn between don't trust anyone in the Nine Hells and the only piece of information you have. Ellie, on the other hand, from what you get of his demeanor, he's very excited to, like, be part of this business opportunity with you. You also gather that if he is... There's a very high chance he's leading you into a dangerous area by virtue of the fact that everywhere around you is dangerous. You figure he flies, so he can pretty much just fly over top the forest. The forest, when he mentions that, you get the fact that the forest is dangerous. He would be able to show you where the city is.
So it's he does have good intent. But
Yes.
it's that everything is dangerous
Yeah.
no matter what.
He doesn't have bad intentions.
If he is going through the forest, he will expect you all to protect him, and therefore he needs you as much as you need him.
Right.
As long as you can both offer each other safety and sanctity, he's your friend.
I will die for this man.
Yo, we got a party familiar.
Even though I don't think we can really, like, summon him like that.
Give me another level, I might be
Stick
able
him in
to.
my pocket and pull him out.
About to find out.
Yo,
like
there
the-
are rules for
the
making
dimension
deals with random creatures.
Yes, they would be persuasion or deception, depending on how truthful you're being in the deal.
I just want a friend. Is that truthful enough?
Please, I'm desperate.
He is your friend as long as you are useful to him, and currently you own his house, by virtue of the fact that you are more powerful than him, and could kill him if you didn't like him. So he's like, I could pay you rent, or I could A, be homeless, or B, die. Neither of which I want, so fuck it, we're in this for the long run. So, you have the gems. You have essentially what you need to do if you would like to go to Strike Guy City and visit the armory. What do you do? The day is yours.
Suppose we should try to acquire a horse and a buggy.
Can I
Business card.
can I go look up a book on Speak with Dead and try to find something on that as a spell?
Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Hello. Man, can I have like every other thing open? Is that a -2? Amazing. So that's a 12.
That is a 12. Okay. So I thought the roll for a second was a -2.
Oh.
No, okay, a 12
What's
is
the
not
book?
terrible. You're not finding any like spell tomes or spell scrolls here.
Right.
But you definitely see a bunch of like instances of Speak with Dead being used. It lines up with your experience. The person casting Speak with Dead can ask 5 questions. The other thing that because there is a very specific thing you need to know about this. So you know that this spell cannot be used again until 10 days after the initial casting.
Right. Cool. That's what I was curious, is whether it was something that could be used again or if that was a one and done, you can't like use this on me again type thing.
It can be used again.
Okay.
It just takes some time.
Sure. Good to know. That is what she was curious about. Sweet. With that, she'll just kind of nod to herself and head out with them.
I suppose we go get horses?
Heading into the brambles, everyone is out and doing their regular shopping for the day. The market is not open yet, but you know, the various like regular shops of the day are. And
Did
there
I
is-
remember?
Sorry.
Do I remember? Did the guy with the goats have horses as well?
The guy with the goats had goats and only goats.
Okay.
He
good to
was
know.
flabbergasted that cheese could exist.
Okay.
It wasn't that great. But, no, you are able to locate a stables and find horses that look on the surface, like as you're approaching these stables, they look old and malnourished. As you get closer, however, you see that that's not the case at all. They're actually quite healthy and quite strong. That's just their look.
Are you okay? Are you sick? It's my face.
Your skin looks like a corpse, Lizzie.
I know.
And you can also tell that the tips of their tail and the bottoms of their feet are on fire.
Ooh.
That's pretty badass.
I was totally thinking of Thestrals. I was like, this is all
I
I
want
was.
to pet it.
You can see that there is a Mind Flayer shop owner who, kind of as you're approaching, is like, I wouldn't recommend that you do that there, Missy.
Why not?
Well, unless you've got a good reputation with these things here, that could leave you mighty cursed.
What do I have to do to get a good reputation?
Oh, well, if you feeding them, or if you have like a treat for them, that might.
Is there like any apples or sugar cubes or anything lying about?
Well, yeah, you could.
No,
buy...
that's not a question.
Oh,
that's not a question.
shit. Oh, you're just looking.
Yeah, I'm asking you, DM. Lizzie is asking you.
Okay. Give me a perception check.
I don't remember what my perception is.
God, I'm so excited to play with you all in person.
Oh, it's gonna be fucking amazing.
Playing this in a cabin in the woods where Lizzie's at right now is so spooky.
23.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple of things that you notice. Obviously, there's a forest nearby, so more than likely there's like fruit and stuff in there. Wouldn't recommend doing that one on your own. The
It's like I'm
second
with
thing
Lorelai.
is you are with you guys are all kind of together.
Okay.
The second thing
I'm
that you
sorry,
notice-
everything froze?
Yeah, you disappeared too.
You're gonna have to say that again.
Oh, sorry. First thing that you notice is that there is a forest nearby, obviously. The one that I mentioned that is probably deadly. Don't go in that looking for apples. Second thing that you notice is that the shop owner has bags of feed for sale. The third thing that you remember is that you do have berries that you picked up when you first got here.
Okay, I'll
And
go
the
give
drug
them berries.
Give them the drug pie.
I'm not gonna give them the drug pie.
Maybe ask if these berries are edible.
You
for
did,
the-
and the berries are edible.
Do it. I'm already going up to him with the berries in my hand.
Go
Yeah,
ahead
I'm like,
and give me an animal handling check.
Gladly.
Call it a DC 14 animal handling check.
Oh, berries are afraid.
I'm not wrong.
If you're brave enough.
Dirty
You're
20.
not.
It's whether it'll kill you or not.
It's fun.
Dirty 20. You look into the eyes of this horse, and on the surface they look like regular eyes. Looking into them long enough, you kind of start to see voids. And it's terrifying and yet beautiful. As a black emptiness, an abyss of nothing. And then, kind of snapping out of that, you see it eating from out of your hand.
Oh, well, aren't you a pretty thing? Can I pet it? Is it gonna let me pet it?
You notice that it does let you pet it.
I'm petting the horse.
Pet.
I assume that you are careful to avoid the flaming parts of its mane?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you can feel the heat still kind of crackle a little bit, kind of like if you put your hand really close to a campfire. And it's very warm. The combination of this, whatever this is, with how cold you all are, this is the closest you felt to, like, cozy.
Yeah. Horse. Void horse. I get to pet the void horse. That's all I care about.
Only 2 animals to have shown up in this campaign so far, and Lizzie has
Oh.
pet both of them.
Horse.
Yes.
Yep.
Does he only have 1 horse for sale?
No, he's got quite a few.
I was gonna say, that's pretty shitty shopping.
So how much would it be for, like, 2 horses and a cart?
2 horses and a cart. Would y'all be looking to get some feed with that as well?
Depending.
Very good. The feed bags run at about 30 silver. But altogether, I could give y'all a sample bag. It'd be run about 100 gold pieces.
How much does this cover? And I hand him the gemstones.
The gemstones? He looks at that and he goes, uncut gemstone ore. Didn't take y'all for prospectors.
We traded for
We
them.
have our fingers in many different pots.
Well, I see. Far be it from me to pry into any information. I think this'll do quite nicely. Yeah, I'll get them fitted up with saddles for you guys and reins and all that, and get you on your way.
I'm like right up close to this one, just like
The second that he goes to walk away, can I make an animal handling check to try and, like, befriend the other one next to it?
Yeah, 100%. Do you do anything to aid yourself in this matter?
Yeah, I will, he's not here anymore, right? Like, he was walking away to go do something?
He is going to get, like, saddles and stuff. So he's still around, but not super paying attention.
I, like, try to sneakily grab a handful of feed out of one of the bags. I, like, taste it myself and then hold my hand out to the horse.
Okay.
It has also been, like, 3 days since we've eaten. I don't know if anyone else is aware of that. I don't know if we need to eat when we're
speak for
dead.
yourself.
We ate food.
What?
So to start off with this, I'm going to need you to make a sleight of hand check for me.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I am proficient in that.
So I do have a passive perception of mind flares.
19?
You go and you just kind of, like, walk past, you know, like you're supposed to be doing it, right? And you grab it, and there's a moment, kind of look over at him. He looks over at you, goes back, starts fixing the saddle.
Watch it.
You go
And
out.
that is a...
We'll go ahead and do that DC 14 animal handling.
It was an 18.
18. Very nice. Kind of looks over, sees that you're a friend of the other person, who's very clearly nice and feeds, and you're also feeding. You also get that moment where you see Void for like a solid 30 seconds, which actually in real life is like 1 or 2. And then, yeah, when you kind of snap into it, he is eating out of your hand. So these are 2 stallions. These are 2 male horses. And they both kind of have the same, like, purplish black coloration and flames at the tip of their manes, tails, and at the bottom of their feet. And, yes, so any of you can go ahead... Oh. Any of you can go ahead and make a nature... Nature, Arcana, or Religion.
I think I've got all of none of those.
4.
These are some horses on fire, man. That's fucking weird, but it's cool. It's really
Holy
cool.
shit. They're on fire.
23.
In what?
Arcana.
Gracious, great balls of fire.
Sybil?
That was a 12 in Arcana.
19 in nature.
And Sane?
Oh, I didn't roll.
Oh, do you not want to roll for this?
Yeah.
She's probably distracted by things.
Yeah, just a little.
So start with Lorelei. Nature. You recall stories of like the four horsemen of the apocalypse and what they would kind of ride into battle would be described in books as the stuff of nightmares. And for Arcana, these flames are like built into their very being. So these are not enchanted horses, and these are not, by all extension, these would not be described as horses. These have a different name, you just don't know what they are. But you have your, he kind of gets the reins all put together, as the two horses kind of get hitched up to the cart. The cart is enough for one driver, reins kind of on both of them into the bar in front of you, and the back is enough to fit all of you, plus like a couple of bags worth of goods. You're not like making off with an entire town of loot in this, but it's like it's a merchant's cart essentially. And now, what do you do?
Yeah. I'll just kind of swing up into the driver's seat. Not really asking or looking at anybody to see if they want to drive. I'm just like, yeah, okay.
Does anyone challenge this position?
Absolutely not.
We'll look very sad about it, and then go to climb in the
We
back
can
of the
take
cart.
turns. We'll need a rest eventually.
Okay, perfect.
Do you think I could take some of the books from the library?
Our library, I don't think anyone's gonna.
That'll be a hell of a late fee.
You can bring, like,
Lovely.
3.
Okay. I also, whilst we were getting the horses, I wanted to see if around there was any just like scrap pieces of like leather or fabric, anything that could be free to take.
Around like around the library.
Around the library and en route.
Let's grab one of those investigation checks I've heard so much about.
And then, I'm gonna kind of take a few cushions from the library and put them in the back of the cart, because that's gonna get hella uncomfortable real quick.
That's a good, that is a very good call.
Good smart call.
I got an 18 investigation.
18 investigation. Yeah, you can find like some bits of leather scrap where books have kind of been ripped apart when Etok was kind of doing his first little run through of the area. Yeah, a couple of books got kind of ripped, and there's like leather spines and hardcovers and stuff like that you can use as material.
I'm gonna take those.
Very good.
And I'm gonna grab 3 books.
So what are you guys all putting this in?
Myself.
Putting it in If you would have shown the fucking Magistra that trick, you'd have gotten a job offer too. Damn.
I'm sorry. I think I misunderstood the question.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said, where
What
are you
did you
guys
want?
putting this stuff? And you said yourself.
Oh, I
shit!
you putting it in the
Shit.
cart.
That's not what I heard. My bad.
I think what Kira's implying is like, are we putting everything loose in the cart? Are we finding bags?
I'm looking for bags and such.
I will spend this time beginning to craft, mending together my scraps of fabric into a bag. How long would that take?
Given that you don't really have like a set of tinker's tools,
I'm just the mending cantrip.
I thought that mending was like you can only really put things back to where they were.
correct. Yes,
Yeah.
mending is mending something that is broken. It is not crafting something.
Is there a bag laying around in the library at all?
You could probably find someone's dusty old book bag.
I'm gonna grab the book that we found like our first time there with like my book,
Yeah.
that one. Stick that in the bag. Stick the pie in the bag.
Of the pie.
Scratch away the Booker's sigil.
Okay.
Kind of get rid of that.
It for the most part it goes away when the meeting is done. There was like obviously like remnants of your scratching in it. You kind of do your best to buffer those out as best you can. It's not the greatest of jobs, but you know.
Hey, as long as it isn't legible, I don't care what it looks like.
Yeah, you kind of get help with the mending cantrip on that one. If Ellie decides to kind of help you out, that buffers it out a little bit more. And you look back at your makeshift, hobbled together college dormitory made out of a library. And you can see that Etok kind of flies down with like he has like an itty bitty tiny suitcase.
Oh my god.
Fuck yeah.
How dare you, Kira? It's so cute.
And he can't wait until a couple episodes later when I kill him off, you.
No!
Kira, I need you to listen to me.
Uh-huh.
Okay?
Uh-huh.
My mental health is hanging on by a thread.
This imp right here.
So you decided to play the psychological horror story.
Imp.
I mean, as long as you guys are able to protect him, he's good. He's small. He doesn't even count as a thing in your cart. Like he's that small.
Can he come sit on my shoulder and help me navigate?
More than likely, that is what he does actually, because he has to be able to point out like
Perfect.
things and
Is
such.
this like a covered wagon, or is it open in the back?
It is open in the back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does it have one of those benches that sits like reversed from the driver's seat for like people to sit on?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I'm gonna post up there and just kind of like be on the lookout.
So
You hear Lorelai humming to herself.
you guys saddle up with.
I grabbed 3 books.
You grabbed 3 books.
My 3
Grab-
books. The book Lorelai took does not count towards my 3 books.
No, it does not.
I was told I could have 3.
Yes.
I'm gonna grab Kara's book. And then also some random fucking person's book. I don't care who. Something to keep me occupied.
Just as long as it doesn't have anything to do with you or Kara. Just
Exactly.
something else, some Tom Thumb shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
I will also act like I'm not gonna grab Jade's book, and then when no one is looking, try and like stuff it under my shirt.
Go ahead and give me a stealth check.
Okay.
Can I make a perception check because that was gonna be one of the books I grabbed?
Yeah, please do.
I just wanted to make sure it was getting grabbed, honestly. That is a 23 stealth.
Fuck. I got a 21.
Ooh.
I'm gonna just go and I'm gonna see it's not there. I'm like, huh, okay.
Yeah, you're like, maybe somebody else grabbed it, or maybe someone put it somewhere. You don't really have a lot of time to go around looking for storybooks.
So currently, Lorelai's got Thomas's book. Sybil's got Jade's book. Sade's got Kara's book.
Yeah.
So I'll grab Wolfsbane, Theodora's, and I'll grab that mad scientist's book because I need a third book.
Fair. Oh, we got ourselves a bit of a freezing situation going on again. Oh, and we're unfrozen. Okay, we're good.
And I also just, as we're sitting in the cart, I just want to open up, like, one of the books. I'll open up Theodora's book, and I'll just see if there was anything new added at the end.
Hold on. I need to, kind of reset when it comes to the stream. Because you guys are all frozen on the stream.
Yeah, I see.
Alright, don't really know what's going on with there, so you guys can enjoy podcast mode for a bit.
But yeah, I wanted to see if there was anything new added since we last opened it for Theodora's book.
You can see that they haven't really gone on super big adventures recently. So the most recent thing is them kind of posting up for the night in like an encampment. Sybil. During this journey, go ahead and give me an investigation as you kind of thumb through Jade's book.
Natural 20. Let me look at my modifier. I don't think it's very good. 21.
21. But we reward natural 20s here for sure. You go through, and you can also see that their group kind of posts up camp for the night. But there's a little something extra added to Jade's. Jade's sleep was a little bit restless. And she wakes up about halfway through her sleep, before her long rest could come to her. Halfway through her, I guess, trance, I should say. To find her daughter missing. And it doesn't take long before her daughter does come back to the tent, and she kind of plays it off as curious little girl. Has the very same darker skin, has the very same bright gold eyes, and some other features you assume come from the other parent. The other parent doesn't seem to be there.
Well, while I'm waiting for them, can I look through Thomas's book?
You're looking through Thomas's book. Thomas's book almost sounds like it's written by him, right? He talks about having, like, every time that, like, he has to post up in, like, a camp, he does everything he can to make his tent comfortable and magnificent and, luxurious as he can. he's not really a big fan of the roughing it. Doesn't seem like a lot really happened with him. He's just very much trying to learn the customs of other cultures. And he pines for the days of his hometown. Back when it's still
I
stood.
get bored and immediately shut it.
So, like, reading through Jade's book, like, knowing that she has a child, like, kind of throws me for a loop. Can I go back and try and see if it ever says who she has a child with?
Oh, for sure. This takes some thumbing back.
Uh-huh.
But you can see that during the adventures that her and her kind of adventuring party seem to have.
Yeah, murdering us.
Murdering you guys. But also, again, like...
Great bonding experience.
No adventuring party starts off fighting the big bad. Right? So, they have, like, little quests that they go on to get more powerful and to get more knowledge and to acquire the tools that they need in order to take down these evildoers who have wronged them so much. And through all of that, there's this younger girl that has this feisty attitude, can't sit still for like more than a couple seconds. And she, like, there's an age gap there of about, I would say, 5-6 years. And like half of the book doesn't name a name. It almost seems like the name has been removed, and then the other half of the book labels her as Kara.
I see. I will have things to say about this later.
So, Lorelai, can I get a survival check from you with advantage?
Yeet. If I can get the thing to load, you sure can.
Do any of these books have dates?
With the 15-year thing that Sade told you guys, you can make the assumption that it is 1370 in the year of the banner.
Nat 20.
Nat 20.
For a total of 25.
Beauty. Are you doing anything to be stealthy? Like, are you going at a normal pace, a stealthy pace, or a fast pace?
I feel like that's a discussion we would have had.
I'd say probably like a normal pace.
Yeah, normal.
Normal
Yeah,
to see
be
what's
normal.
up.
Yeah.
Cool. You're making it through better part of about 2 days. You actually started clearing some time. The forest begins to become thick and dense and dark, where even during the daytimes, it very much feels like night. Give me a perception check. And Etok is going to also make one.
Everyone or just Lorelai?
Just Lorelai. Oh, you guys are uncovered. Sorry. So yes, the rest of you can, because this is a perception check based on sound.
Also, Cutie, can we start wrapping up soon?
Yep.
Wait,
That's a 4.
I did pretty good. Let's see what that is.
That's a 7.
Cool.
21.
I'm reading.
Oh,
I am
Negative
emotionally
2.
distraught.
That is a
I'm not
negative
paying
2.
Yeah, -2.
Okay.
You're the only one paying attention.
Arlo fell
No, I
asleep.
got a 7.
You got a 7 or a 17?
17.
17. So Lorelei, up front, you are the first one that realizes it. And confirmed with Etok's look.
Oh, sorry, hold on. Since we're in a forest, that's a 26.
Love it.
Then you don't only just hear who speaks. You're going to hear something else as well.
Great.
Because the first thing that you hear is someone going, you guys seem mighty lost.
What?
And then from you
It
seem
was mighty lost.
mighty lost. And from 4 different sources in the forest, you hear.
Oh.
That's where we're going to go ahead and end today's episode.
Fuck, dude!
Yeah. That's spooky.
Well, that's unfortunate.
That's dead. Fuck.
I'm surrounded by woods right now. I need that known.
You are surrounded by woods.
I am.
If you're in your car, you're safe.
I need to walk out of my car!
You can
We'll
stay
walk with you if you want,
Yeah.
till we lose
I can
connection.
sleep in my
Yeah.
car, right? That's a thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the Rockstar treatment. But yes, that will be the end of today's episode. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and it sucks that we're kind of in podcast mode at the moment because the stream just decided to freeze. But it was a lot of fun, and there's something wicked this way comes. It's meeting you in the forest, and it probably doesn't like you.
Goodness.
Thank you guys again so much, and we will see you by the firelight.